Welcome back down to ice level. As always, I'm your host, James Blennau. We have crowned champions from all 6 conferences across the NCAA. Selection Sunday has just passed. So without further ado, let's get into the news from this week because we have quite a bit to talk about. Pro signings continue around college as Cole Iserman and Brandon Bure highlight this week's departures. Iserman, a sophomore at Boston University, leaves the Terriers to join the New York Islanders after being drafted in the 2024 first round. He signed his contract with the club on Wednesday, but joins the AHL's Bridgeport Islanders on an amateur tryout for the remainder of the season. Bure, a Union senior, joins the Toronto Maple Leafs undrafted. He signed a 1-year deal with the club and joins their AHL affiliate, the Toronto Marlies, on an ATO for the end of the season as well. Bob Motzko is out as Minnesota head coach, the team announced Wednesday. In 8 years with the Gophers, Motzko took the team to 2 Frozen Fours, including a national championship game in 2023, eventually losing to Quinnipiac. He coached 15 NHL draftees, including Brock Faber, Jackson Lacombe, and Logan Cooley. Motzko said in a statement, quote, "I've dedicated 14 years to this program as head coach, assistant coach, and student. I'm grateful for every minute of it. The program now begins a high-profile search for its next bench boss." It's awards season, and the 3 finalists for the Mike Richter Award for the best goalie in the nation are here. Michigan State's Trey Augustine, UMass's Michael Robel, and Augusten's Josh Kotai were named finalists on Friday. Augustine finished second in the nation in wins, compiling a 23-8-1 record. Kotai leads the nation with a staggering .938 save percentage, while Robel finishes just a point behind at .937. The winner will be announced April 10th in Las Vegas during Frozen Four weekend. Bang Lee wins a second straight Atlantic Hockey America Tournament Championship. The Falcons beat Sacred Heart 3-2 in a comeback led by Kellen Yarderson. Yarderson has only scored twice in a game once before, also against Sacred Heart in 2024. Thanks, Mike. The Falcons blocked 11 shots and only allowed 24 on Lucas Sweden. Bentley now heads to his second straight and also second ever NCAA tournament this year. Hail to the victors as Michigan takes its 4th Big Ten tournament title in a 7-3 win over hated rivals Ohio State. The Buckeyes held on for the first 2 periods, with the game tied at 3 after 40 minutes, but the Wolverines' offense exploded in the 3rd. TJ Hughes, Jaden Perron, and Luca Fantilli doubled Blues' score to 6. Perron, Garrett Shifsky, and Malcolm Spence each finished the game with a goal and an assist to claim the title. Michigan finishes the year as the top team in the MPI rankings, earning the 1st overall seed in the NCAA tournament. Another year, another Mason Cup to the Mavericks. Minnesota State wins its 2nd straight and 4th in 5 seasons with a win over in-state opponent St. Thomas. The Mavericks dominated the Tommies in a 4-1 victory, featuring tallies from Tristan Lemire, Evan Muir, Luigi Benincasa, and Jack Smith. Alex Tracy stayed strong as a stalwart in net, saving 29 of 30 shots, including a perfect 2nd and 3rd periods. Mankato now earns its 11th ever NCAA tournament appearance. In an all-Ivy League final, it's Dartmouth that comes out on top for a historic victory. Reed Cashman's Big Green won a 2-1 thriller over Princeton to cap off a years-long program build in Hanover. Conference Player of the Year Hayden Stavroff scored yet another goal to open the scoring in Lake Placid, but it was Tim Bisconi's overtime winner that put the Big Green back on the map and back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1980. It seems like something important happened at that rink in that year, right? It would be a miracle if I could find it. Our game of the week, it's the Hockey East Final. Merrimack, the Cinderella, meets UConn. Winner earns the Lamorello Trophy and an auto bid to the tournament. We start early in the 2nd period. Ryan O'Connell finds the rebound off the boards and puts one on the board. Warriors break the scoreless tie. And with less than 3 to go, Ethan Whitcomb finds a funky bounce in the slot and bats it home for the Huskies. Tie game puts the pressure on Merrimack. 3rd period, the very first shift. Tyler Musialik can't control it. Kalen Fitzpatrick finds it and pops it in the net. Warriors retake the lead. With less than 9 to go, Huskies pressuring a blast of a one-timer, but Max Lundgren slams the door. Huskies went for a last gasp, but that's all. Merrimack wins its first ever Hockey East title with the win and steals a bid from one of the country's best. The 8th seed now takes the trophy back to North Andover. It was a wild one in the NCHC tournament final with Denver jumping out to an early 3-0 lead, Duluth tying it with 2 minutes to play, and a double overtime winner from Christian Epperson to send the Pioneers dancing. The freshman picked a perfect time to score his 11th goal this season. From one home rink to another, Denver wins the NCHC Frozen Faceoff at Magnus Arena and hosts a regional in Loveland, Colorado this weekend. The Pioneers earn a wild 5th straight tournament appearance this weekend and boosted their NPI ranking with a win over the ever-dangerous Bulldogs. And the bracket is set. Michigan, the first overall seed, meets Bentley and Albany, with Minnesota Duluth taking on Penn State in that region as well. The second overall seed, North Dakota, takes on Merrimack in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, while Providence meets Quinnipiac in that region. The third seed, Michigan State, takes on UConn in Worcester, Massachusetts, with Dartmouth and Wisconsin meeting each other there as well. And the fourth seed, Western Michigan, meeting Minnesota State in Loveland, Colorado. Denver, the hosts, taking on Cornell. It's time for our newest segment, Mike's Missed It's, from our newest contributor, Mike Klein. For the first time since 1981, no school from the Beanpot Tournament, that's BC, BU, Harvard, and Northeastern, is playing in the NCAA Tournament. Dartmouth earned its first conference tournament title since 1949 this weekend, dating back to its days in the Pentagonal League. Also in that game, Big Green sophomore Tim Bisconi snapped a 17-game goal drought with the overtime winner. Finally, in the Hockey East Championship, Merrimack, the most penalized team in the league, stayed completely out of the box in the championship game and only took 2 penalties in Friday's semifinal. Be sure to check out Mike's story, A Tale of Two Championships, live now. That's all for this week. Be sure to keep your eyes out for all the regional games across the ESPN networks from Thursday to Sunday. We'll be back here next week with 12 fewer teams and one less week until the puck drops in Las Vegas. In the meantime, be sure to leave a like or subscribe to our channels if you enjoyed. Check out all the content at dankshow.com. For now, I'm James Blennau. We're not experts, but it takes fans to grow the game.